Thank you, Melissa, for finding time to, talk with us today, share about CMRC, and making yourself available. So, welcome to Leeds Member Spotlight.
Thank you for having me, Sharmily. I'm really delighted to see you again.
Thank you. I know you've been around at the helm of this organization for more than 25 years. How long has CMRC been around for?
CMRC has just completed 29 years. This is our 30th year. So we were founded in 1996. Wow. So we've got literally 3 decades of service here in Western Sydney, in Parramatta, and I'm really very proud to lead this organization.
100%, it shows. It shows how proudly you speak about not only your workforce, but also the services you provide talks for itself. So no doubt about it. So what's your workforce like at the moment?
So our footprint is across Western Sydney. As an organization, our core business is providing settlement services to newly arrived migrant refugee communities. And that is something we've been doing consistently for the last 30 years. That settlement support has been provided from the very start, from day one. We have grown our services now in the area of early intervention, and so we provide early intervention services in Western Sydney, mainly focusing in Parramatta and Cumberland local government areas. We have, under the early intervention program, we're also providing about 8 to 10 mothers groups and play groups in Western Sydney for mums to get support from each other and for mums to be connected with the local school environment. So we have most of our play groups that are provided through the local schools. It's a very creative, innovative way of reaching the community. Coming to the workforce, we have 65 full-time. We have overall 250 contractors and staff. And that's a number that has grown over a period of time.
Amazing, amazing. I mean, as I was saying to you before, CMRC, just that name, needs no introduction. In the sector, we all know the great work that's done, and even in the community, across diverse communities, CMRC is well regarded. We touched on the workforce. From a workforce perspective, what do you see, given the variety of services that CMRC offers, what do you see are some of the key requirements or needs from a development perspective from CMRC's workforce, but also you're an advocate for the sector. You're in, represent the sector in so many different boards. What do you see as some of the key challenges and areas of growth?
Challenges for any not-for-profit, for that matter, is sustainability and the ability for NFPs to keep their doors open, to continue to provide support to the local community. Sustainability from a financial point of view is one of the very biggest and important ones. Very often we become our own enemies, I feel, in the community sector because we don't collaborate, we don't connect with other services, we don't partner. And I think very often we are so territorial to our own disadvantage. And that for me is a challenge. Retaining staff and retaining your workforce is very important in a competitive environment as we are today. Organizations are growing rapidly. There are newer organizations coming up all the time. Again, it goes back to what makes you stand out.
Yeah.
Why should a funding body go to you and not to B and C? And I like the way in which you said LEAD also provides very unique services, and we're really happy and delighted to work with you as LEAD because your service is truly very unique in Western Sydney and across the whole state now. You've got this very far reach across the whole of New South Wales, which is wonderful. And the CMRC would love to continue to collaborate with you in that space. The third one I would say is innovative practices, innovation. How do we create innovation in the work that we do every day? For me, it's an ongoing, it's a daily struggle just to think, how can we be innovative in the everyday services that we provide?
Absolutely.
Surely there are different ways of providing that same service, especially for organizations that have been around for decades. The same old does not work. It cannot work. So I think these are the major challenges that I think are not just for us, but for the sector as a whole.
I think wonderfully articulated, because collaboration, retention, innovation, as you say, it could be looked as challenges, but also opportunities for growth. And that's where it's really important, and I'm completely on board with what you're saying. I think from CMRC's perspective, given you've shared how the team interacts, both from top-down, bottom-up, strategic discussions, but also operational, it's important to keep the workforce skills at the core of everything that we do. And you are championing that, which is great to hear. Yes. And also we know, having worked with you as colleagues as well, that you're a big advocate for collaboration. What would you, if I was to say just maybe one tip to other colleagues who are leading organizations, what would be one tip for collaboration? Because it's quite an overused term, but really what collaboration feels like, what it looks like, has to be understood. What would be your tip?
In order to collaborate, you have to have common values. And our values need to be aligned with each other. That for me is the basic
key.
And it's the key to a collaboration. The vision has to be the same and similar. We have to be going and headed in the same direction. So it's all about leadership when it comes to collaboration, because
100%.
leaders make it happen. Leaders can see the big picture. Successful collaborations I have seen are when there is mutual benefits.
So well said. Absolutely agree with you. And CMRC has been a member of LEAD for many years, and we are really grateful for your support and partnership, because that keeps us growing and learning and how to better provide better services to the workforce as well. From your viewpoint, how has LEAD helped your workforce do what you're doing? As you said, beautifully said, that we have to be the best to support our community. How has LEAD supported you in that?
So I am very appreciative, and we recognize the role that LEAD firstly is playing in your seminars and in the areas in which your workshops that you have been delivering. Staff have attended and have access to the information that you are providing on your socials. Get great feedback from staff and teams that are attending your programs. We are grateful that our workforce feels supported, and they have access to that information that you so regularly put out.
Wonderful.
And we thank you for it.
Thank you for sharing that feedback, because it's good to get feedback as to where we are doing good and where we can improve as well.
Yes.
So thanks for that, Melissa. Where do you, Melissa, see LEAD and the offerings, the services we provide for workforce development? Where do you think are areas of need and growth from your perspective, from settlement services?
Thank you, Sharmily. That's a very important question, and I'm really happy to answer that question. Being the chair of the Settlement Council of Australia, I think I would encourage LEAD to align the work that you are doing, to align your training to the 10 National Settlement Standard Outcomes Framework.
Thank you, Melissa. Thank you for your time and for the opportunity to listen to you sharing your wisdom. It's always wonderful. So
thank you, Sharmily, for having me.